Five, four, three, two, one. Welcome back to the FeverPitch Podcast. I'm your co-host, Brian.
Dan, how you doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. I've been sick these past few days, but I don't know what it was, man. Felt like something was going around. Still recovering a little bit, but yeah, let's talk about it. It was a crazy weekend, All-Star weekend.
Something like it.
You know,
Something
I
like it.
watch it. You
Also,
watch?
I watched some of Saturday night,
Mm.
but that's really it. Friday night stuff, I didn't really pay attention to. And the game itself, nah, just no.
Huh.
I caught some highlights though. Let's go back to Saturday night. Skills challenge was lit. I can't believe they rate like the little passing circle
Mhm.
is like 20 times the usual size now. So like my nephew could throw a ball through that. So I don't know what the skill is in that, but so some people are still ended up not passing it, and then some people were not following the path to dribble in the proper manner. I feel like the skills challenge is like supposed to be cake, and some of y'all can even get like pop charts. But it's cool, I guess. The real showstopper was the 3-point shootout. I had my dark horse was my dark horse was Cat. And he
Mm.
came close. I thought Cat was gonna do it. And unfortunately he didn't. Dame shot the leather off the ball like he usually did. And then in similar fashion, Steph versus Sabrina. That was a nice little matchup there.
Mhm.
I had Steph winning and Steph won. So, but Sabrina had like the second most threes out of like, all the male male contestants. So I don't know if they're gonna do this in the future, but I think they should. Like Dame versus Caitlin Clark, hint, wink, wink.
Mm.
So yeah, something down the line, I wouldn't mind seeing that. And I'm not speaking on the dunk contest because I got mad Z's because I'm not watching that.
Okay.
I heard Matt McClung do his thing though, so shout out. Hmm.
Okay. All right. Cool. Sounds like a lot happened. We'll get right back into that. But first, let's talk about the NFL, man. Let's talk about the NFL. Talk to me. What's going on?
Where we begin? Oh. So over the weekend, I got bored and I composed my list of the best of just going into next year, the tiers of QBs.
Mm.
And I mean, if you haven't read it, link is on the bio. So give it a read. Very good read, very comprehensive. I went into real detail about it, and I'm standing by my list. Um, I think it's a very no, I know it's a very comprehensive list because I did the research. And I give you the cold facts. I'm Mr. Cold Facts. There's a lot of cold facts in there. So take some time, read it, skim it. I give you a lot of the information. So take a look.
Okay, but give us a breakdown of give us a little summary. Give us a breakdown of
I
how.
broke it down into tiers. These are S tier, A tier, etc. I'll give
Uh,
you the actual names of the tiers in a second as I pull up my article.
yeah.
But my top five was Mahomes at one, followed by Lamar at two, Lamar Jackson that is, and then I had Aaron Rodgers at three, followed by Matthew
Woo.
Stafford at four. And then I
Woo.
have Burrow at five, Jalen Hurts at six, Josh Allen at seven, CJ Stroud at eight. That other guy that plays for the Chargers, he was nine, and Jordan Love was 10.
Whoa.
I could I can go into detail, but I'd rather y'all just read the article. But it's tiers, like I said. I broke it down into tiers. You got your elites, you got your ultra elites, you got your alrights, etc., etc.
Oh, oh no. We're gonna have to talk about this a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Sure,
So
sure.
so it's top 10. So Mahomes won Lamar too. Okay, all right. I'm cool with that. All right. But you got Josh Allen all the way down at 7?
Yeah, he's a crash dummy. So I'm not putting the crash dummy in my top 5.
He threw over 50 touchdowns.
Okay, and he has no All Pros. And he has no. He's
Are
hasn't played in the Super Bowl.
all pros in the NFL really the benchmark of greatness?
Yes, because Lamar has 2 of them.
Oh, I'm not thinking all pro. I'm thinking about Pro Bowls.
Yeah, I don't care about Pro Bowls. All pros matter.
Uh,
I don't worry about Pro Bowls, but yeah, all pros matter.
he
I
doesn't
think
even have a second team or third team.
if he does, I mean, nobody cares about second team All Pro. I care about first team All Pro. I think he does have a second team. But yeah, he's very talented. But he doesn't have any jewelry. The accolades are kind of lackluster. So yeah, I'm gonna need you to take a few steps back. And granted, he was seven. He was taken 7th overall in this draft class, and he's the 7th best quarterback in the league. So it adds up.
Mm.
Yes, he was a second team All Pro in 2020. Yeah, that's it.
So, right. So for all the QBs ahead of him, they all have first team All Pros.
I think Jalen Hurts was a was an MVP runner up. So I think that in there. Burrow played in the Super Bowl.
Wasn't
Matthew
Josh
Stafford
Allen just the MVP runner up?
was he a runner up or
Yeah,
he finished second in the MVP voting?
yeah. He finished second in the MVP voting this year with 1 vote.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Really? No. He was 5th. You're wrong. He was second in 2020. He
Wait, I
finished fifth.
thought he got. I thought it was almost unanimous for Lamar except for 1 vote.
Yeah, that probably went to Dak. I think Dak finished second.
Huh? I could have swore Josh Allen got that 1 vote.
Nah, brother.
Are you sure?
I'm looking at PFR. Shout out to PFR. And he was 5th. He was 5th in MVP, sixth in the offensive player of the year.
Oh,
No Pro Bowl. I mean, the Pro Bowl doesn't matter, but he didn't even make it. So yeah, like no. Josh Allen is the people's quarterback. I'm not necessarily one who always agrees with the people.
Mm.
That's why I made my own list.
Okay, that's fair. And I noticed you didn't have 49ers. Dang. Season
Brock,
just ended.
Brock Purdy is firmly placed at 15, right in the middle.
You don't think Brock Purdy's a top 10 QB?
He
What's
probably
the
14, right in the middle.
you don't,
He
he just went to
no,
the Super Bowl.
because he's placed to the best. He's placed on one of the best rosters in the league,
Mm.
and he's not the 5th best player on his own roster. So no,
Huh.
no, I'll take Jordan Love over Brock Purdy twice on Sundays.
Twice on Sundays. Twice on Sundays. You know, we're gonna have to do a full deep dive conversation about everything with the article, but tell the people where they can check out the article.
So the link is in the bio, my bio and the FeverPitch bio.
Is it in the link tree?
I think I just put it there this morning. If it's not there, it'll be there within 24 hours. But for those of you who don't know, this is our written section of the FeverPitch podcast called the Doppler Effect. So this is the first installment of that. A lot more is on the way. So please, show me some love. I'm gonna try to do a few of these a month, depending on how time. So just give me some feedback. Obviously, quarterback debates are timeless, so I felt like a nice little introductory piece, and I'm gonna enter a lot of details. So give me the read. I'm sure a lot of my takes will make y'all very engaged, whether y'all agree with me or y'all don't.
Salute. All right, bet. Let's talk about what's been going on with the NFL. So, Cliff Kingsbury, talk to me. What happened? What's going on?
So Antonio Pierce, Raiders head coach, he was on a few different podcasts. I think on the pivot he mentioned that he had that deal in place to get Cliff Kingsbury as his OC, and then Magic Johnson did some magic, and lo and behold, he's now the offensive coordinator for the Commanders. Um, I think it would have been a nice hire if he's just strictly focused on the offense, which I think is what he's doing. I think all signs point to the Commanders getting Caleb Williams by some capacity, whether the Bears don't, whether they trade that to the 1-on-1, or the Bears take Marv, or some in some capacity. I've already penciled in Caleb Williams as a Commander. In the off chance he goes to the Bears or somebody else, I think the Commanders take Drake May. Um, with that being said, I feel like Cliff Kingsbury is I won't call him a genius, but he's worked with Patrick Mahomes, he's worked with Kyler Murray, he's worked with Caleb Williams, so he has enough acumen to call an offense. So I think it's a okay hire. So they just didn't find the QB1. Obviously, it's not Sam Howell.
Okay. And then with everything going on with the Justin Fields situation, how likely do you think that it is that the Bears don't go with Caleb Williams? Because it's very likely the Commanders could get Caleb Williams, but he has to fall to 2. All
Or
right.
they trade up, yeah.
Or they trade up. They'd have to trade the house.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on this whole ordeal and Justin Fields unfollowing the Bears on social media?
I try not to read into that. I feel like if you factor in social media into like every different decision, y'all gonna try to galaxy brain it, and it's not even worth all that while. But I mean, it's news. He did it for attention, and they got attention. He was on the same Brown Brothers podcast, and he was like, just because you follow a girl doesn't mean you're still messing with her. And I mean, I guess, but the he's due for an extension at some point. He's not going to get that from Chicago. So I'm not sure where he will be playing this year. But it's hard for me to believe that he's in the Bears' plans for the future. Um, a lot of different players, CJ Stroud, George Kittle, have advocated for Justin Fields, but like, yeah, man, I just don't think it's Chicago is just not the place for you.
Mm. I saw something, it said that for Justin Fields, some of the potential places he could go were the Falcons and the Steelers. What
I
did
saw
you
both of those. I think the Falcons would be beautiful, and he's a Georgia kid, and they got there's a lot in that offensive arsenal. I feel like that's a nice little pairing with Bijan, Kyle Pitts, Drake London, the works. So that would be a nice spot. And Pittsburgh, I think, I like Mike Tomlin, and I feel like that would be a nice little marriage. But I feel like at the same time, depending on who they got, Arthur Smith. So yeah, they got Arthur Smith there. He's in the misuse Justin Fields. I already know. I don't trust Arthur Smith at all. And I feel like he's gonna try to turn Justin Fields into Taysom Hill or something. So I don't know if that's the best pairing, but it could work. It'll probably be very much a run and focus offense, and with the QB like Justin Fields, if you're run focused, I think that's already a good pairing. But if you ask me, make your way to Atlanta, and it's ironic because Arthur Smith was the head coach for the Falcons this past year, so I could see why they're looking at both of those as potential landing spots.
So you said something that I found very interesting. So you said that with Arthur Smith as the OC, you don't really know about that situation, right? But
Yeah,
so what typically, so I know that the QB is looked at and seen as like the orchestrator of the offense, and the offensive coordinator is kind of like the script writer, right?
yes.
When those personalities don't gel, what takes precedent? Is it the OC or is it the QB?
Typically for the younger crop, You call the plays that the OC draws up.
Mm.
Because when you don't, if you go your own way and it doesn't work, they're gonna pull you because you're not doing what we told you to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, these coaches like to win their way and lose their way.
Mm.
So in the event, let's say Arthur Smith calls some rubbish and you don't run that rubbish, people are gonna look at you like you should call what the OC draws up. For the vets like Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, the works. Obviously, you could check out things all the way to the line, etc., etc. But the leash is longer when you have enough stain.
Mm. Do you feel like Justin Fields has any stains so far?
No, you're no, nope, nope.
Okay. All right. So speaking of players, right? A lot of players are set to get franchise tag. Talk to me.
So for those of you who don't know, the franchise tag is like the NFL's way of putting you on. It's not probation because you get paid, but it's like it's a prove it deal. Uh, I believe it's the average of the five highest paid at your position. They get to pay you that for 1 year, and the deadline to get tagged is March 5th at 4 o'clock. And the potential tag candidates are Josh Allen, the linebacker out of Jacksonville, Buda Baker from Arizona, Brian Burns from Carolina, Gus Edwards from Baltimore, T. Higgins from Cincy, Chris Jones from Kansas City, Justin Madubuike from Baltimore, Xavier McKinney from the Giants, Michael Onwenu from the Patriots, Michael Pittman Jr. from the Colts, Patrick Queen from the Ravens, L.J. Sneed from the Chiefs, Geno Stone from the Ravens, Devin White from the Buccaneers, and Antoine Winfield Jr., also Buccaneers safety. And just to clarify again, essentially, let's say the top 10 running wide receivers are making around on average 25 million. I don't know that's the actual number, but let's just use that. T.
Mm.
Higgins, if T. Higgins were to be franchise tag, he would be paid that average of $25 million for 1 year.
He should definitely not be tagged. Let that boy hit free market.
And in the event that he gets that tag, obviously the leverage is on the franchise's side because if you get hurt, they can lowball you or you just won't get paid again.
Mm.
At this, like with Dak. Dak got franchise tagged and broke his ankle that year. He still got his money, but
Do you
you
think?
know,
Do you think they should have lowballed Dak?
well, they kind of did, but at the same time, they're in a position where they kind of have to pay him again if they don't. And I mean, good riddance, because let's see, he signed his extension. He signed his extension in I believe 2021
Mm-hmm.
for about 40 million a year, and you can manipulate the cap here and there. And he's going into his contract year, which this coming season will be his contract year. He's gonna make 34 million in cash. The cap hit is nearly 60 million. So you gotta adjust the cap and do things of that nature, or you gotta extend them.
Dak for
It's
60 mil.
Yep.
Do you think Dak is worth 60 mil a
I
year?
think you get what you pay for.
Does Mahomes even make 60 mil a year?
Mahomes average salary is 45 million a year, but he depending on how you structure your deal, that money can be upload pushed front loaded or back loaded. So the average is still 40, but I think he's just pushing some of the money up, him and Dak.
Mm.
Um, so
Oh,
obviously, yeah,
so because it's a contract year, he's pushing the money up. So then it's like, oh, he's making 60 million this year. So then it's like, well, I made 60 million this year. You're kind of resetting the floor of where you're trying to negotiate at.
yeah.
And Dak thinks he's worth 60 million a year. That's what you're
You
basically
get
telling me.
you get what you pay for.
Do
You get what you pay for.
you think
Um,
Cowboys fans are happy with this?
I think Cowboys fans want a franchise quarterback, and that's Dak Prescott. So, gotta pay the man.
60 million a year, jeez. Huh. Well,
So
so if Dak could get 60 million a year with how many playoff wins? Two?
2, maybe 3. I think it's 2.
Three playoff wins over the past like what 7 years.
Yeah, that.
Getting bounced out. Um, you're just paying him for the regular season essentially, because
Well,
he
the
showed you
market,
he's not a playoff guy.
the market is the market. So yeah, currently he's making Daniel Jones money, 40 million a year. Him and Daniel Jones have the exact same contract. The guarantees are a little different, but the money is exactly the same.
Okay,
So he's a free agent in 2025, him being Dak.
okay,
And obviously you like to get your deal done the year before your contract year. That's the conventional way. So he has an out this year, but if he exercises that out, the Cowboys got to eat $62 million in dead money.
mm.
So it's a lot of it's chess. It's chess.
Hmm.
And they can't tag him and they can't trade him. So
No trade clause.
mhm.
Yo, who was it? Shout out Mello. I remember distinctly Mello for the no trade clauses. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Oh
I,
yeah. I know trade calls will beat you over the head.
the player has all the leverage with
Yeah,
that no
that no
trade
trade
clause.
calls will beat you over the head. I remember because who it was somebody who didn't have one whose contract was being discussed. I think it might have been Kyler, but I'm not sure. I was
Uh-huh.
like, yeah, he does have a no trade clause, so they could send him anywhere. I was like, yep, yes they can.
Oh,
Yes,
well,
they can.
also Dame didn't have a no trade clause either.
Damn, it was Dame. It was Dame. Thank you. Yes, that's what it was. I was like, yeah, well, they already paid you, so they can move that money anywhere. Anywhere.
Yeah,
They make it like 60 million a year right now.
that's true. And he's getting paid on the back end from the Bucks too, right?
I hope not, because
Or that's not how it works in the NBA.
no. Oh yeah. Oh no, that is so yeah. He's still on his current Blazers deal that he signed in 2019.
Yeah.
All right. And then in 2022, he re-upped with Portland again.
Uh-huh.
So that money doesn't hit until he's 35 years old. So right now, he picked up his player option. So right now, this year he's making 45 million.
Mm.
Next year he's making 48 million on this player option.
Mm.
And then 25, and then in the 25-26 year, that's when that 2-year, $112 million extension kicks in. So yeah, he's making buku bread right now.
Okay.
It's kind of disrespectful because I'm trying to get there. I'll get there, but damn, that's a lot of bread, yo.
You can't be hating on the good brother.
I'm not. Oh no, not at all, not at all. I'm just disappointed he went to Milwaukee and you got paid for Glenn Rivers, but that's neither here or there. Salute.
All right, speaking of money, Amazon Prime Video is paying a record 120 million for exclusive rights to the NFL playoffs games after 2024. What do you think about that?
Oh yeah, they're paying for that's all that for one game. That's one game, $120 million. I already got
Oh,
Prime
this is for
Video.
one game?
Yeah, one game.
Huh.
So basically, you saw what Peacock did, right?
Yeah.
Amazon Prime Video is doing the same thing.
Mm.
120 M's. Likely, and probably it's probably gonna be that Monday game
Mm.
because Super Wild Card weekend, so they'll probably take that Monday game and funnel all the viewership to Prime Video, which is pretty smart. But hopefully the game is competitive.
Yeah. It's a good thing these streaming companies have been doing. They've been getting their utilization up because I don't know if many people were really using Peacock before, but I know they sure are definitely using it more now.
Yeah, because even in the wrestling world, they started to kind of lean into Peacock a little bit. I know that they cut the Netflix deal for next year, but prior to that, they had Peacock and a whole bunch of other things on deck. So
Mhm. Okay,
get
okay.
get in where you fit in.
No facts. So Johnny Manziel was on Club Shay Shay. Did you
Yes,
get a chance to see it?
I've listened to a little bit of it. I'm gonna finish it probably this weekend. But I did watch a YouTube video prior to that interview dropping about Johnny football and Johnny Manziel. And I mean, hey man, rock style. Might
Rockstar
not make
Wayne.
it. Right. You know,
Yeah,
he was stamped by Drake, he was stamped by LeBron, and the fame went to his head and he went off the rails. But in the small token I did watch, he did highlight that he's sober because Club Shay Shay, Shannon Sharp offers his guests some cognac. He has a signature cognac deal,
yeah,
and Johnny Manziel declined. He said, "Yeah, I don't drink anymore." So obviously there's been some growth in his character and in his behavior. So from the little I saw, obviously he's a changed man in some capacity. So
absolutely, absolutely. I saw a clip and Shannon Onk asked
okay,
that's the question. He was like, in one like postseason, you went from 170 pounds down to 110 pounds. How did that happen? He was like, a lot of blow. I was like, oh,
oh, cocaine. All right.
yeah. So I'm glad to hear he's getting better. Um, and I wish him that continued success.
That part.
All right, but I believe you got some wide receiver DB matchups you want to talk about?
Yeah, I got bored and I just started doing some research and I just thought about like some like long standing like classic wide receiver DB matchups. Obviously, most of these will be between division rivals, but some of these are like cross conference intra intra yeah, that word intra
Yeah,
conference.
intra-conference, yeah.
So, yeah, so I just started doing some research and I was like, I started looking up what wide receiver was the toughest. What wide receiver gave what DB the most trouble?
Mm-hmm.
And I looked up Randy Moss and Darrell Reeves. They had a few battles.
Mm.
Ed Reed and Hines Ward. I know Ed Reed's a safety, but that it's still you gotta account for Hines Ward. I don't know if you're familiar with the Michael with Akeem Talib and Michael Crabtree.
I didn't
Uh,
know they had like a big matchup thing.
yeah, Akeem Talib snatched his chain, like
Oh,
in game.
and did they
Uh,
fight?
oh yeah, they definitely fought. Like they got active. Not to the level of Cortland Finnegan and Andre Johnson.
What
I
happened
feel
with
like, yeah, I feel like if you haven't watched that, you can't call yourself a football fan.
oh,
Is that was like literally like they should have been in the octagon. They got active,
I'm
like
gonna,
active.
I'm gonna need to go watch this fight. I haven't seen it.
Absolutely. And then you had Mike Evans and Marshawn Lattimore. That's always a real good battle. And then I started doing some more research. Sauce Gardner said that the toughest wide receiver to cover is Justin Jefferson.
Mm,
Darius Slay said similar things. He also mentioned Terry McLaurin. Richard Sherman said that his toughest matchup when he was playing was AJ Green. I thought that was an interesting one
mhm.
because they didn't match up often. Seattle and Cincinnati, they didn't match up that often. But I feel like if you had that like somebody you don't play often is like one of the first people you would think of. I feel like that holds some weight. So I added that there, similar to Ike Taylor and Steve Smith, Pittsburgh, Carolina.
Mm.
But even when Steve Smith went to Baltimore for a little bit, I'm sure they got active a little bit. So yeah, I just wanted to highlight a few of these matchups.
If you could see any of these matchups in person, what are your top three?
Oh my. Jerry and Dion, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had Champ Bailey and Marvin Harrison. I thought that would be a really good one as well. And then
Oh, like
lastly,
Marvin Harrison Jr. dad?
yeah, Marvin Harrison Sr. Yeah, when he was a Colt, him and Champ Bailey, that was like a constant, battle.
Mm.
And lastly, man, oh, Peanut Tillman and Megatron. I feel like that would be crazy because Calvin Johnson's like 6'4", and Charles Peanut Tillman, he's a little smaller in stature, but I'm sure he was still holding his own for sure. So I always like to see that as well.
Okay, okay. I bet. Let's. Oh wait, players season. Oh, what's this that EA is doing with for the players that opt in?
Yeah, so the college, the NCAA franchise has been on ice for about a decade now, and they're bringing it back. I would be excited, but I feel like it's going to be Madden with the college football skin, so I'm not going to be as excited. But I'm glad they're bringing it back, and they're paying each player that chooses to have their likeness in the game. You get $600. So this is over 11,000 college football athletes who have agreed to license their likeness, and they're getting $600 for it.
So if the superstars were smart, they would say no
Right.
because they could get way more. You can't have
Yeah.
that game without who's a young star.
Hill Williams,
Oh, it's
Myers
based off of last
Jr.
year. I thought it was
Yeah,
this coming year.
yeah. It's
Oh,
gonna be well, actually, let me make sure. That's a good tidbit. But even still,
Shador
uh
Sanders,
Travis Hunter,
Travis Hunter.
let's see, let me see.
Can't.
Oh, so like for example, Quinn Ewers from Texas.
Yeah.
He's opting in to have his likeness in the game. I wonder if they're gonna have a list because as of right now, I only see Quinn Ewers as someone who's opted in. But yeah, I mean they can just get like NPC names like they've been doing all this time for those who choose not to. They said that 134 FBS schools will be in the game, so that's nice.
Is it only D1 schools or there's some D2 and non-big conference Division 1 schools in there?
As of right now, it says it's all 134 FBS schools
Mm,
because you need like their fight song and all that stuff. So it's like very niche and specific. So I doubt they had that for like the mid major, but I'm sure that's the plan down the line. I just don't think they're there yet.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, they said that the FCS schools will now be present in the initial launch.
Mm. What team you using?
Man, oh wow, probably before the state. I like Keon Coleman and Jordan Travis. Listen to this whole team right there.
Hey, man, you already know I'm
Trey
using the Terps,
Benson,
man. You already
Trey
know.
Benson, Keon Coleman.
You already know I'm using the Terps, man. You already know how I get. The
I'm
Terps are
gonna
Colorado.
you wanna rock out with baby Tua?
Yeah,
All right, all
yeah.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll I would probably dabble with the Colorado as well, obviously.
And of course, you got to try the big teams. You got to try the Penn States, the
Yeah,
Ohio States. See
that's
what
the Ohio
Michigan in
State,
for.
Michigan. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Feeling cheeky. Might try out Texas or Washington
Hey,
too.
why not? Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Penix and Ewers. Who was Arch Manning. Yeah, there's a few things. Yeah, yeah, because that's another thing I like about the college games. All these red shirts, you can just sub them in. I'm
It's
sure
true.
they're not gonna have the highest overalls, but yeah, for those of you who want to see Arch Manning get some PT, just summon him in. Go on your depth chart.
Absolutely. Well, let's change the temperature, man. Let me talk to you about some of these hot takes I got.
All right, listen.
So, Jayson Tatum is not the next face of the NBA.
All right, and you would say to them.
I'd say the next face is it's probably closer to like Shai. Yeah, Shai, maybe Tyrese Haliburton in that ballpark. I think Jayson Tatum's time to come out as a big face. He's already like a big name in the league, but the face of the league, I don't know. To me, he just doesn't have any stain because he hasn't done anything in the playoffs. So I'd rather set my sights on somebody who I think can do something in the playoffs in the next few years.
I watched the Celtics Warriors finals in your apartment.
And who won?
Golden State won, but he made it to the
Right.
finals. Basically, he's just not doing anything.
Do we reward participation trophies?
You think he hasn't done anything? He made it out the East. That's doing something.
Are you making it out LeBron's East?
Oh my goodness. What are you doing?
Let's be clear. Ever since LeBron left the East ain't been the same.
You know, the East won the All-Star game.
That's cool. They don't have LeBron.
And they won.
LeBron is also 40.
So which is it?
I'm saying during that, because LeBron essentially had 3 careers in a career. So during that third stretch, right now he's in like that 4th. He's still an all-star, all-time great type stuff. Like, not farewell tour quite yet, but
it's the last legs. He's in the Shaq. He's in the Celtic Shaq years.
Not Celtic Shaq years because he's still playing well. I'd say more the way Kobe was doing stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pre Achilles tear.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I look at the East, it's not really. I don't look at the Celtics as definitively the best team because of Jayson Tatum. Like the same way you look at the Bucks as definitively great because they have Giannis. Giannis and Jokic are closer to being the face of the NBA than Jayson Tatum will ever be.
Ever.
They both have a ring. Until Jayson Tatum gets a ring, he can't sit at the same table as them to even be considered.
Giannis
he willed
Giannis barely got that ring. You know that, right?
He willed his team to that ring still. He still did it. And he got an MVP.
Okay.
Does Jayson Tatum have either of those?
He did.
Jokic got MVPs and a ring too.
So give me your top 5 in the NBA right now.
Top 5 in the NBA. In no particular order.
Make it 10. Make it 10.
Chill, 5.
7.
5. I got 5 for you. I'm going Jokic, Giannis, Curry, LeBron, KD. Still the top 5.
Jokic, Giannis, Curry, LeBron, KD. No Luka.
Luka's top 10.
Okay. I feel like we got the same 5. I think I'll put Luka over Curry right now, though.
Luka over Curry?
Yeah. Arc. Uptrend, downtrend. That's all.
If I extended list, I guess I could say 6 to 10. I definitely have Luka there. Booker.
Wait a minute.
Jimmy
Wait a minute.
Butler.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, hold
Jimmy-
on, hold on. So yeah, Devin Booker and Jimmy Butler over Jayson Tatum.
This is in no the 6 through 10 is not in any particular order either.
Okay.
I'm just saying them to where was I at?
You mentioned 8.
8. I need 2 more. I said Jokic already. Yeah,
You
that
did.
top 5. Really badly want to go Shai, but he hasn't
Why
earned
don't
that
you?
yet.
Why don't you? It's your list. It's your list.
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna go Shai,
Okay.
and yeah, I'll say Tatum 10.
Okay. You know what's funny? I actually saw somebody's top 25. Oh, CBS Sports gave their top 25 in the league.
Yeah.
And so they had Joel Embiid at 1. I
Oh, I
realized
forgot Joel Embiid.
I
Oh,
realized you
hold
love
up.
Joel.
Take Tatum off. Joel Embiid. I forgot about him because he's injured.
All right, so they had Joel Embiid at 1. I mean, that's how it be. It's forgivable once you get hurt. They had Joker at 2. They had Giannis at 3. They had Shea at 4. Luka at 5. KD at 6. Kawhi at 7. Oh wow.
Oh, I forgot Kawhi.
D Mitch at 8. Devin Booker at 9, and Jason Tatum at 10. Wow, they got they got Donovan Mitchell and Devin Booker over Jason Tatum. Anyway, they got Tyrese Haliburton at 11. Anthony Davis at 12, Steph at 13, Jalen Brunson at 14, Anthony Edwards at 15, LeBron at 16. De'Aaron Fox at 17, James Harden at 18, Paul George at 19, Domantas Sabonis at 20. I think that's crazy.
Sabonis is up there with Paul George and James Harden.
That's crazy.
Let me look up Sabonis's numbers.
No, he's a little too low for my liking. And then you have Larry Markin at 21, Rudy Gobert at 22. That's also crazy. Tyrese Maxey at 23, insane. 1B at 24, and Trae Young at 25.
Oh, Sabonis be balling. Hold up.
Yeah. I don't know why he's at
Shooting
20.
He's shooting 42% for 3 this year. Yeah, he's only averaging like 20 though.
He's
20.
averaging like 20, 11, and 6.
20, 13, and 8.
Yeah, like he's hooping.
He's doing his thing.
Yeah, I'll take Sabonis over Booker if you ask me.
You got some
And
top 10?
I mean, if Booker's there, Sabonis gotta be there.
Sabonis still ain't been re-ate up yet, has he?
Oh nah, he's due. He's due.
Okay.
He's due. I think he is in the contract year.
Yeah, no, I definitely need to watch some more basketball.
Yeah, it's the All-Star weekend's over, so now is like the time to watch. Like right now.
Now I can put my attention on it, figure
Yeah.
out what's going on.
He already beat up. His extension kicks in next year.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, but he's paid. He's paid. That's the $186 million extension.
I got another hot take for you.
I'm listening.
My second hot take is Shai is going to be the NBA MVP this year.
He's gonna win it.
Yes.
I think he's the front runner right now. So it's not out
No,
of
he's
the
not.
ordinary. Oh, who is it?
Let me look at the odds right now. Right now, Luka and Embiid are leading.
Embiid's coach. So it's Luka. Who's third?
Shai.
Okay. So
Oh
yeah.
no,
It's,
Jokic is leading it right now. Followed.
okay.
Oh wait, Joel. Yeah, it's Jokic, then Shai, then Luka.
Yeah, so yeah, it's 3-man race. I think it's a pretty good race
Yeah,
because Embiid's cooked.
agreed. And so, and especially because Shanghai, I mean, when you look at OKC, I think it's like every 10 years, OKC pulls off like an unworldly rebuild.
Hey, we talked about this. They have enough draft capital to have a 15-man roster of all first-round picks that they want into. Like
Yeah,
they are loaded with draft capital.
yeah. Because even like, when did Shea get this good?
He was hooping. He was hooping in Kentucky. He was a Clipper at first. You know the Clippers don't develop. They like vets. So in
Mm-hmm.
the Paul George trade, they traded him to OKC, and OKC develops very well. And sure enough, he like the past year and a half, he's reached his prime, but the inklings have been there.
I see that.
He had 31 in the All Star game. I didn't watch it, but I just saw he had 31 in the All Star.
Hmm.
Um,
The average,
averaging 28. Is that correct?
he's averaging
Yeah.
31.1.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, 31.1. 6 rebounds, 7 assists, a block, and 2 steals. He's doing everything.
yeah. 2 steal average is crazy.
Over 2 steals, 2.2 steals.
Yeah, 2.2.
Yeah.
Hmm. No. All right.
I
Third
like
hot
him
take I got
already.
for you is I forgot where I saw this. This isn't original. I saw this on Twitter. Um, the average QB is better than the average QB 10 years ago.
Average QB now,
Yeah, the
or
average QB
QB
now.
16 versus QB 16 a decade ago. So that's 2014. So that was the tail end of Peyton. So you're looking at like I think they're about the same, brother. So I'm thinking the average QB 10 years ago was like Eli Manning.
To give you some QBs 10 years ago, Andrew Luck, A-Rod is still here, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Big Ben, Matt Ryan, Eli Manning, Phillip Rivers, Ryan Tannehill, Jay Cutler, Tony Romo, Joe Flacco, uh,
Flacco, Eli, Romo, Tannehill, those are all average.
Kaepernick, Cam Newton, Alex Smith, Derek
Alex Smith
Carr,
is average. Derek Carr is average.
Bridgewater.
Bridgewater is average.
It's,
So yeah, it's about the same.
you don't think it's better now?
If you take an average, oh well. Well, do we want to call two an average?
I think 2 is above average.
Okay, we want to call Brock Purdy average?
I think Brock Purdy's above average.
Okay, we want to call Russell Wilson right now
Below average.
average, below average. Okay,
Yeah.
so who's in between Russell Wilson and Tua and Brock Purdy? That's like a Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, I'd say Kirk Cousins is average.
Okay, so high floor, low ceiling. All right, I kind of get it. I think the floor of average QB has been raised in today's NFL.
The floor of that. So yeah, so you agree.
Yeah, but it's a pass first league now. In the mid 2000s, they were told.
Hey, the QBs be running now.
That's also true.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, you got a hot take for us.
Do I? Let's see. I believe that Tua will never win a playoff game.
His career.
Yeah, like period. As a starting quarterback, he's not going to win a playoff game.
I disagree with this. Why do you think he will never win?
So, hypothetically speaking, he won't have a home playoff game because he's never winning that division because Josh Allen plays football.
Mhm.
So that's already one uphill battle. And then I don't think you play well in non-ideal conditions. And January football is not ideal.
Mhm.
So prove me wrong, but I don't think you can do it.
So it's the weather, basically. That's why. That's what you said.
Oh yeah, I also don't think he's skilled enough to when they put all you on the road. But yeah,
Mm.
in non-ideal conditions, I feel like it's just not gonna help.
Mm. I think that they could pull off a wild card upset if they
But
go up against a Bills, a Texans. There's some teams that they could beat.
Jacksonville, what are your thoughts on Jacksonville?
We'll see, because Jacksonville was unhealthy this year. A
Very,
healthy
very.
Jacksonville, a healthy Jacksonville is scary.
Mhm.
A healthy Jacksonville can be very scary.
What about Cincy? A healthy Bengals?
Cincy doesn't move me because there's no way they're paying T. Higgins, so it's just gonna be Burrow throwing the ball to Jamar Chase.
Don't hear. I know he's a little bit older, but Tyler Boyd is still Tyler Boyd now.
I'm not moved.
Oh man,
Not moved, man.
they got some rookies though. I thought that the future is bright. They got Chase Brown, Charlie Jones. I don't know how good they will be, but they were pretty solid in college. So
Okay.
they're looking towards the future at least.
Okay, that's good. So let's change the temperature. Hit us with some cold facts.
All right, all right. So, my brother, I wanted to let you know that they're the 10 most valuable franchises. Out of those 10, 6 of them are NFL teams.
Okay. How many of those NFL teams are good?
Um, three.
What is
And
six?
the six are the Jets, the Niners, the
Ooh.
Patriots, the Rams, the Giants, and the Cowboys.
So which are the good ones?
The Rams, the Niners, and depending on who you ask, the Cowboys.
The Rams, the
um,
Niners. Okay. How did the Jets
New
increase?
York
Oh yeah.
and Aaron Rodgers.
Oh yeah. So New York. So both New York teams, San Francisco. Patriots are valuable because of the pedigree of the amount of wins they've had.
Yeah, Tattletown.
Yeah. Hmm. And the Cowboys are valuable because
They're still mooching off the 80s and 90s. But my point is I bring this up because the Golden State Warriors are the second most valued franchise in the NBA in the world, just period, right? In
mm,
sports. So Steph Curry was drafted in '09, and they were worth 315 million dollars.
mm.
Steph Curry's rookie year. 15 years later, the second most valuable sports franchise in the world at $8.2 billion.
Wins increases value, brings more fans,
That
increases market, you get a new
that part.
stadium.
That part.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah. So just wanted to highlight that. They've grown significantly in 15 years.
Hmm. Okay, okay. I bet what you got for us next?
Well, I got some significantly negative growth in viewership of the All-Star game since 2003, which is the last All-Star game that featured Michael Jeffrey Jordan, which peaked at 10.8 million dollars that year, and it's collapsed all the way down to 4.6 million in 2023. I'm sure the numbers
And
were
this is
lower
viewership.
this. Yes,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sure that the numbers have decreased since then.
Is this was this the least viewed All Star game?
This past year, I believe it. When we get the numbers for you. Five, 5.5. So it went up from last year.
Mhm.
Last year was the lowest of all time.
Thought I said last year was 6.3 million.
Last year was 4.6.
Oh, it's
2020.
2024. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
tripping. Okay.
Last year was 4.6. Turns into a 6.3.
Mm. What was this year? Or do they not?
For 5.5.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it was an uptick.
Yeah, 20%.
Okay, okay.
Still bad.
I mean, year over year, 20% increase is good. You know?
Not gonna lie, you got a point there.
Yeah.
I'll
No,
give you that one.
if you're being measured by your last at bat, they've improved.
Well said.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's all you can do.
Well said.
But talk to me. Oh, wait, do you have any more Kovacs?
Uh, no, I did have one about what the dunk contest and 3-point shootout, but I don't have the data, but I wasn't. If I get that next time, I'll share that.
All right, bet. All right, let's talk about what's going on in the NBA. Talk to me.
Oh, Damian Lillard is a Milwaukee Buck, but funny enough, in his dream starting five, he did not have Giannis in that lineup. Of it's him plus four. He didn't include Giannis,
Oh, uh,
so his starting five would be him at the one, Steph at the two. Your wings will be LeBron and KD, and your big one will be Bam Adebayo. I find it interesting
damn.
because Bam plays for the Heat, and we all know how badly Dame wanted to be a Heat, uh, a Heato, I guess. I don't know what you call a Heat. Uh, Obviously, he claims that was a diversion, and he always wants to play with Giannis, but in his dream lineup, Giannis was not included.
Yeah, that's when your teammate is an all-star center. Well, what position do they even list Giannis at now? I don't
Four
even.
through five.
Yeah, but your teammate can play any position, and he's an all-star, and he's an NBA MVP, and you don't put him on the list. You put Bam. Bam isn't even the best center in the league.
Correct.
You, Embiid, Jokic, like, what are we talking about?
Well, Dame has this weird desire to not play with the best people because there were suggestions that he could have been the Lakers. Like, nah. And then I think, there was some, and he stayed with Portland for what, a decade, just whittling away his prime. So I mean, yeah, I guess this is the get it out the mud crew, but not really because you got Steph and LeBron and KD. But I mean,
That's what I was about to say. You're not getting out the mud because you have Steph, LeBron, and KD. You're playing with
3 Hall of Famers and Bam.
3 Hall of Famers and 10 NBA championships.
For yeah. Mm.
Like, there's nothing OTM out of this about this. So
Mhm.
might as well add another MVP and another chip.
Yeah.
Maybe he knows something that I don't know, or he's whistleblowing. I think he's whistleblowing here.
Yeah. Potentially. I think. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe, I really don't know.
If you're
I
unhappy,
believe
babe, blink
oh,
twice.
I believe him and that band played for Team USA together. So maybe that factors into his decision making, but still, you play with a former MVP who won a ring before you, so I think you would kind of want to include him.
Yeah. Hey, I think it's a very interesting thing to say, but I think he's whistleblowing and maybe things aren't as they seem in Milwaukee.
Oh, I could have told you that. Look at who their coaches. I could have told you that.
Oh boy. But all right. Talk to me about this dunk contest, man.
I didn't watch it, but shout out to Matt McClung. I watched your high school mixtape and you got active at that Gate City. But yeah, I wasn't watching this. I'm sorry. The All-Star weekend was ruined. But I heard you got very busy with defend your title back-to-back years. Hopefully they don't just keep bringing you out for All-Star weekend and they call you up to the actual NBA. Because he's a G Leaguer. He's playing for the 76ers affiliate team.
So
So
how can a G Leaguer participate in the All-Star game? I don't understand. You're not on an active NBA roster.
Adam Silver, Adam Silver's NBA. Here we are.
Huh.
And I guess if you get called up throughout the season, which I think he did,
Yeah.
politics, and he won it last year, so you got to defend your title anyway. So
And what did you think of? I know you heard about Brown's dunk over Kai Cenat sitting in a chair.
yeah, Jaylen Brown, and this is my dog. I don't even want to say this for real, but like I feel like he just be doing stuff because nobody else is gonna do it, and that's good and bad. Like the big three All-Star game, he's like, all right, yeah, I'll do that. Dunk contest, yeah, I'll do that. It's like he just be doing stuff. And I guess I mean y'all pay me 300 million. I guess I gotta give you y'all money's worth. So yeah, I mean, hey, shout out, because obviously, but in all seriousness, I feel like the actual stars in the NBA don't be participating in these events nowadays. So I think he's trying to encourage his fellow stars to do such. So I'll get in the dunk contest and all these other things, and here we are.
Dunking over Kai Cenat was ridiculous, though. That deserved a 0. You jumped over a 2-foot man.
Oh, that's hate.
He's sitting down. He's 2 feet tall.
Oh well, that's mad.
I mean, and then he said, yeah, I'd do the dunk contest again. So the thing is, you're trying to win. There's one thing to do something to compete, and it's another thing to do it just to do it.
No, I think he's doing it just to do it, but he's a star, and stars bring attention.
Is Jaylen Brown a star?
$300 or so.
Does money mean you're a star?
Yeah, you pay me like one.
Maybe, yeah, just because corporate pay you like one doesn't necessarily mean you're a star. I couldn't name you a Jaylen Brown quote.
We talking about quotes? I'm talking about hoops.
I don't. There's not a single Jaylen Brown move or thing that Jaylen Brown does that's like notable off the top of my head personally.
He has clamps, and he's very clampy, and he had 36 in the All-Star game. So that's star like to me.
Well, how many points were scored in the All-Star game?
An absurd amount.
So 30 points means what?
You just have to step on stuff, yo. He was all NBA last year for a reason. So that's first team all NBA.
Oh, all right.
I think. No, I lied. Second team.
Oh. What'd you say about second team?
Bro, that's in football. It
don't do that.
It matters in basketball. It actually matters in basketball. It holds
don't do that, Dan. Don't do that.
It's a different sport.
You're moving the goalpost.
It matters in basketball.
But let's be real.
It matters.
Okay, all right.
It matters in basketball. It doesn't matter in football.
I'm just saying you can't have your cake and eat it too, Dan.
Hey man, I got paid 300 M's.
Shout
out to JB, man. I'm with you. Down here or not, I'm with you.
I think he's a great player, but I don't think he's necessarily a star. Like Jayson Tatum is the star of that team.
Well, yeah, he's a great two.
Yeah, he's like I couldn't
Oh, you
even
left.
say
Oh,
like in a
you
big
you.
three, he's like the D Wade to LeBron because
He's the Booker to the Durant. That's what it is.
nah, not even that.
Yes, it is.
Not even that.
You're not about to call Jalen Brown Bradley Bill, are you? Don't do that.
Out of those,
Don't do
if
that.
you were to compare it to this, he gives me more Chris Bosh vibes.
That's disgusting.
But it's the Celtics system, he's a
That's
two.
nasty.
In the Celtics system, he's a two, but like I mean, what is he known for?
Straps. He's clampy.
Does he even have an NBA nickname?
Oh, I think he does. Let me see.
Does he have a shoe?
I think he does. Let me see.
Jayson Tatum has a shoe.
Yeah, just so
No,
Jalen Brown.
Jalen Brown. Does Jalen Brown have a shoe?
They call him JB or Old Man. Those are the two nicknames
Wait, what's the
on
second
that.
one?
Old Man. I never heard it, but that's what's that's what's supposed to hear.
They call him old man.
Yes. Hey, yo, stop playing with my twin, yo. We can get active out here. That's my guy.
I'm just saying. I'm point. I just you know me, Dad. I like to ask questions. I'm
I
just
know
asking
you did
questions.
this. You did this over the summer when we talked about this. That's my guy, man. JB is active.
When I look at Jalen Brown's shoe,
Man, Tony Parker has a shoe deal. Ain't nobody worried about that.
no, he was presented a shoe deal, but he said he rejected it.
See?
Yeah. Oh well.
Well, yeah. I will say he did participate in the 3-point shootout in 2021 and the dunk contest this past week. So yeah, he's just down.
Are Damian Lillard and Jalen Brown the All-Star Game journeyman? Are they making it cool again? Because a lot of people think that LeBron made it not cool to do the All-Star Game stuff.
I think that's a good question. Um, I think the formatting and just everything around it is just kind of ruined now. But the All-Star Game MVP, you used to use that as like a debate topic. Now it's kind of just there.
Yeah. 211 to 186. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, there was no defense being played, and they were shooting from. Let's see, what's another city in Indiana?
Um
Gary. They were shooting from Gary. They weren't shooting from Indiana. They were shooting from Gary.
Jeez. Let me see these stats. Yeah, they were. Oh, people were out here not taking this game seriously.
Yeah,
Carl,
Luca and
Carl Anthony Towns had 50.
50 points. I
Yeah.
haven't even looked at the box. I haven't even looked at the box score for this game. I will. Like the homies was like, "Yeah, you're not missing much. Don't watch it." I was like, "All right, I'm not going to."
The
So,
the West wasn't trying. LeBron had 8 points.
but then LeBron played 8 minutes.
He played 14.
Oh,
Luca played 23 minutes. He had 7 points.
yeah. You see, they,
Anthony Davis had 6 points.
yeah,
Anthony Edwards had 4 points. Kawhi Leonard had 5.
ain't no reason for the East to have 211 points in the All Star. That's absurd.
Yeah.
Shea had 31. Cat had 50. Why Cat got a 50 piece? Yo? That's
Cat was out there trying his
absurd.
heart out.
That's absurd, yo. You get the most points scored in the game, and your team didn't even win. That is bananas to me.
It was the threes. The East had 42 threes versus the West had 25.
Yeah, Tyrese Haliburton went absolutely ridiculous this entire weekend. From the skills challenge to the All-Star game. Every time the little I saw, every time I turned my TV on, Hallie was just just going off, blazing the net, time and time again.
I see
It was a
that.
homecoming for him, and his fun fact, he was born on February 29th.
Mm. Also, you got a birthday coming up.
Yep. And we won't get another one again for another 4 years after this. So yeah.
When do you think he celebrates his birthday regularly? On the
So
28th
when
or his
so
first?
see, because Ja Rule was also born on the 29th, and somebody else kind of famous. And me personally, I'm gonna celebrate on the first.
Uh-huh.
That way I could just take y'all off a little bit. Be like, yeah, I need that. But I don't know.
Funny, bro.
Yeah, well, yeah, let me hold that. The dunk contest, like I said, I had no thoughts. I didn't watch it. I'm not gonna watch it. They need to fix it, and they won't. So that's about it, man.
Okay.
That's the. It was a cool aesthetic. I feel like the graphics are cool, but like, yeah, nah. I'm just not really impressed with what is happening during All-Star weekend.
No, I get it. I hear you. But did you know that at the end of the trade deadline, Kuzma was offered a trade to Dallas, and he denied it and said he wants to build in DC.
Build what?
Um, I don't know.
A lounge? Well, is he trying to build a venue?
I think the mentality is like big fish, little pond type of thing. No pun intended.
Well, the pond is smaller than actually no, it's not. Texas is huge. But still, you want to stay here? I mean, thanks, but don't you want to win?
Guess not.
I I know you've won already, but like, brother, not much going on here.
Do you think for players after they get one ring, they care less? Or do you think
Yeah. Well. Go ahead. What was your second question?
or do you think that if you weren't the star on that team for winning that ring, players should care more about getting another one?
Let me give an example. Oh, perfect. Shaq.
Yeah.
Shaq won 3 chips with Kobe. Went to Miami, won another one. That was Dwayne Wade's team. But I'm sure Shaq was 100% down with being a 2 when he was a 1 for all this time.
Mm-hmm.
And he was on the cover of 2K after that. So he got something out of it. If I'm on the championship team, I had an impact. Versus being the number 1 guy on the team that didn't do anything, I'm just not really for that.
Nah, but like I mean more like what's like an example? Like let's say for example,
Right, Andre Iguodala?
no, like you not even coming off the bench, like you get 2-3 minutes for
Oh,
somebody.
like Pat McCall?
Yeah.
I mean, Pat McCall got 3 rings, and he's probably scored 500 points in the NBA total.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cool with that. Because if wherever I go, I get that ring, I must be doing something right. Because
That's
y'all
true.
don't know what goes. Like that's another thing. Just because you don't see some of these guys on the court, who iron sharpens iron. So like, Who's backing up Steph right now? Chris Paul. Well, they put at the same time, but the backup for the Warriors, whomever that may be right now.
Let me
I'm
see.
pretty sure he's making Steph's those practices. I'm pretty sure he's going absolutely crazy against Steph Right.
Boy.
According to this depth chart, the backup point guard is Vester Quinones. Yeah, I have no idea who that is. but I'm
Yeah.
sure he's getting active
It's
every
not
day in
Gary Payton.
practice. Well, he's injured. So yeah,
Oh,
Gary Payton Jr., Lester Key on this. He's a rookie too, or a rookie second year player. So yeah, I'm sure in practice he's out here going to work, making sure Steph is sharp and ready, and he's ready to put in paint. Oh, but you know what? Mentioning the Warriors, I read something,
mhm.
and I cannot believe that this happened. So a lacrosse player signed a deal with the Warriors.
G League team or roster?
No, I think he's on the main. Well, I think he signed the main roster deal. I was reading it. I read it yesterday. I read it today, and I want to talk about it, but I can't find my friend's name here. It's not my friend. I don't know him, but you know.
At Spencer.
Pat Spencer. Yes. Oh yeah, he's from the crib. He went to school in Baltimore.
Loyola, Maryland.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, he was nasty at lacrosse. Like he was the Division I leader in assists. He was the number one pick in the PLL draft. So yeah, he's tough. And he played basketball in college. Grad year, he averaged 10 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. So he can hoop. Played a little bit overseas. He was with the Capital City Go-Go for a little bit. And now he's signed a two-way deal today.
So he should be on the court tonight.
Potentially, yeah.
Let's see. The Warriors and Lakers are playing right now, so we'll see.
Yeah, her stuff is getting busy. Yeah, game just started 14-14. Is he in the box score yet? Let's see. No, but we'll see. Pat Spencer, salute, home team.
Yeah, shout out Pat Spencer. Hopefully you get those minutes and you get upgraded to that full-time contract.
That part.
Talk to me about everything that what's his name? JJ Redick has been saying.
All right, so JJ Redick, for those of you who don't know, went to Duke. I went to Maryland. We don't like Dukies, but outside of that, he's a good basketball player. He can shoot the leather off the ball. I think he was like 12 out there. I think he made the playoffs 12 out 13 years or something crazy like that. But now he's retired and he's a podcaster and he's a pundit for ESPN. And he spoke on Doc Rivers. Pardon me, Glenn Rivers. And he played for Glenn as a Clipper for a little bit. And he might have been on that Sixers team when Glenn was coaching there. And he was pretty much just, going on, not going off, but speaking on how Glenn isn't the best coach and things of that nature. And Pat Beverly and other, it was just discourse around Glenn Rivers and things of that nature. And just generally speaking, JJ Redick's a pretty good basketball takes. I feel like sometimes he kind of gets pushed to the side because he keeps it very real, like very, very real. And,
Raw.
these big media companies on the fan of players standing on business, but he stands on business a lot.
Yeah.
So basically, Pat Beverly was trying to defend Glenn Rivers. So on Twitter, he said, "This man Doc actually saved your career, started you when no one else wanted to, and you retire, go on TV and say that." That being, since when is it players' job to educate people on basketball? When did that become a thing? It's our job to educate people. So yeah, obviously he said some choice words about Doc Rivers, and I guess Pat Beverly as a current player playing underdog for the Bucks. I'm sure he just had to defend his coach. But JJ Redick's response was, "Pat, my guy, I had a 4-year offer with a player option for the same money to be a starter for a different team. FOH saved my career." So, for those of you who don't know, FOH means something we can't say on the air right now. So look at it one time.
Means get out of
So
here, man. Get out of here.
pretty much. So, yeah, JJ Redick. Giving it very, very unfiltered. And I like it. I like it.
I think because when people look at Doc Rivers, they look at him as a glass house, and it's like lately people have really been twisting the needle in, twisting the dagger in, like, oh brother, this guy. Um, the Doc Rivers apologists and Bucks fans, they started getting that JJ Redick because they know that he's gonna say it straight. He's not gonna sugarcoat it for you. He's gonna let you know what he thinks. And
Hmm.
Twitter is like, you've made over $100 million. Why are you even doing this? So I can see both sides because it's like you can retire and chill essentially, but that's not what he's doing.
Right.
Right. But at the same time, I think this is good for the game. When you have recent vets speaking up and talking more, they're utilizing their time, not just wasting money on ridiculous things,
Right.
And now when you look at NBA post career paths, because it's like you retire, but really this is the start of your second career.
Right.
You have the commentator spokesperson path, brand ambassador path,
Mm-hmm.
entrepreneur, shout out Luol Deng.
Mm-hmm.
He made
Shouts
a
to
you'll go ahead.
yeah, shout out.
Yeah, Luol Deng, he's an entrepreneur. He made 100 million during his career. He's grown his net worth to 200 million. I'm
Yeah.
surprised if he's a billionaire in the future. And then you have what's another path? But yeah, those are the three main paths.
Going to the
Right.
big three,
Yeah.
amongst other things.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. And speaking about, the Bucks and everything, I have a quote from Giannis saying that he's speaking on Dame, saying I am his biggest fan, good or bad. I ride with Dame until the effing end. I ride with Dame. Like I've been saying this over and over again. This is his team. Down the stretch, he's going to get the ball. There's nothing else that we would do. I don't know how else to put it. I don't know what else to say. At the end of the day, he has to believe it too.
Hmm.
So I'm not a fan of like franchise players taking the backseat to newbies. Like D Wade did that for LeBron, and now Giannis doing that for Dame. And I mean, it worked for the Heat, but like, why are you doing this?
Yeah. I mean, when I look at Dame is a star, but out of Giannis and Dame, the ball should be getting in Giannis's hands over Dame's. I understand Dame is kind of like a volume shooter and things of that nature. He's not necessarily
Right,
pass first point guard. So I think
right.
that's why he's doing that. He wants the situation to work and meld together because he knows he can get his points wherever and he can have that impact. And he's not concerned about winning an MVP or things of that nature. It's just about getting another ring.
Man, I'll be damned if I score 50 points in a game 7 and then you come over here and it's your team now, lost your mind.
Yeah, the NBA is funny like that.
Lost your
It's,
mind.
it's less
Yeah.
about pride and ego, more about the bigger overall thing, you know what I'm saying? And salute Giannis
Nah,
because he's to take that back seat, it takes believing in something bigger than yourself. You know what I'm saying? So shout out that brother right there.
shout out. You better than me, because me personally, Brian, if I put up 50 in a championship game and you come over here, nah, dog. It's my squad.
Hey. And he probably doesn't want to have to put up 50 to win in game 7.
Makes sense, makes sense, makes
Yeah.
sense.
But talk to me about Javonte Davis and then let's close out.
Yeah, so my boy Tank, home team again. He's on the fight Frank Martin. They agreed to a deal for a pay-per-view in the summer, I believe. Let me see if I can get more details. No, Gervonta Davis is like 35-0 or something like that. So him facing off for the lightweight title, defending his lightweight title against Frank Martin. They
Mhm,
agreed to a deal in the late spring, early summer, so we're thinking May, June-ish. I'm looking forward to it.
mhm.
Frank Martin is the number 2 lightweight according to rankings, so
Mhm.
this will be, yeah. So this should be something. Um,
Always great to see Tank back in the ring. So I'm glad to hear that.
this will be on Prime Video pay-per-view.
Oh, Prime Video. Okay. I like
Mhm.
that. What that means, guys. Oh, wait, pay-per-view. Oh, you still have to pay.
Probably, yeah.
Geez. What are these streaming services? Prime, somebody.
And
Please.
also, since we're on top of combat sports, the Jake Paul Tommy Fury boxing rematch might be a MMA style rematch,
Really?
according to this article from Mark Raimondi from ESPN. Um,
Neither
they
of them
found it,
MMA.
yeah, they found it the most valuable promotions, and they're saying that the offers on the table for Paul and Fury again in boxing, and that if Paul wins, that there'll be a third fight, and then in the MMA under the PFL banner.
Hmm. That's definitely going to be interesting to see. I'm not really too moved by Jake Paul. I think he loses again. But yeah.
Yeah,
Um, but I think we covered everything, right?
yeah, and lastly, Ngannou wants to fight the winner of the Bader Ferreira match.
Okay, cool.
So that's about it.
All
Oh,
right,
Ryan Bader from Bellator. Nice. Okay.
okay. Okay, I bet. All right. Thank you guys for listening to this episode of the Fever Pitch Podcast. If you aren't already, follow us on social media, follow us on Instagram, subscribe on YouTube, hit that notification bell so for any time that we post. And yeah, we're here to stay, guys, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Take care. God bless. Make sure you check out my article on Nation Chambers this weekend. Until then.
Peace.